Hello, everybody. It's been a few weeks. Michael here, and it's a beautiful day here in northern Vermont off my back deck. You can see into the sky and the woods back there. It's a good day to be here. I've been thinking a lot about a specific topic that I've been formulating inside my head to share, and the topic is anger. And it feels kind of odd for me today to be compelled to record this, mostly because I'm not angry. And I think I'm just the opposite. I'm feeling very content and peaceful. And I think it reminds me of when I used to spend a lot of time feeling angry. And a few things pop up for me. First of all, a movie. I love movies. And so the movie The Avengers with the Hulk and Iron Man and Captain America and Hawkeye and all those guys. Near the end of the movie, they always try to keep the Hulk at bay, try to keep him to control his anger. And near the end, there was, it's a sci-fi movie, obviously, so they need him to become angry quick because he needs to take care of something. And one of them says, "Banner, now would be a good time to get angry." And he says, something like this, the secret to me is I'm always angry. And he just turns into the Hulk and, crash, bang, boom. So there have been times in my life in the past where I've felt like the Hulk, not in any way, shape, or form like what it looks like, but what it feels, my perception of what it would feel like to just explode and just rip something apart or break something or just rage. And it's been a while since I've felt, unless I'm somewhere and I bang my head on something, which is so weird that it's so visceral to me that I feel like the Hulk is going to explode out of me if I bang my head on something. I don't know what that is. But in general, emotionally and things like that, the intense anger is farther and fewer between with moments. And one of my daughters in my family has known me as an angry old son of a bitch for, maybe quite a long time. The people I'm closest with, and maybe you can relate to this, have felt the different levels of anger from me more than anybody else, which just is regrettable and embarrassing. And there's some shame attached to that. And so with the environment of the world, especially in the United States, in the last year and a half, there's been a lot of reasons, justifiable, you could say, to be angry. And I spent some time there being angry about the environment, the political environment, and the way people are being treated, and the indifference. It didn't get me anywhere. It just kept me in a place of inability to do much. And so when there was all these new things coming out by maybe 4 or 5 months ago in the that was some weird thing that just popped up on my phone. I'm still learning how to use this thing. In the news, there's always something to be angry about or to think you should be angry about. And I've chose not to. I've chose to ignore it all. I've chose not to watch it, not to engage in it, and that's just my thing. And so one of my daughters who reads it and watches it and was baffled that I wasn't angry. She would say, "Dad, how are you not just entirely pissed off about this?" And I think what it looked like was I was being indifferent and I was being uncaring about what was going on in the world. And I can see how that looks like that when I'm not getting angry and voicing my opinion and stomping around and just, throwing a fit about, "Oh, I can't believe they said that," or "This person's an idiot," and "How can they believe that?" we could go there, and I've been there, and you've all been there, I'm sure. And what I've realized lately, and which I think is going to propel me into the next phase of what I'm trying to do here with my life and what my goals are, was to do the whole, love trumps hate thing. And it's weird for me to say that, and it's probably even more weird for people in my life that watch this video to believe that's where I might end up because of my past and my history of just being mad. And as an aside, anger has been simply for me a way to hide and to keep people away. Because when you're really mad, you can be hurtful, and the energy's way off, and nobody wants to be around that. So that was a way for me to be a defensive emotionally, to keep people far away so I don't have to feel. And it became a habit, and I was unaware of it at a certain point that I was going to that so often. So what I've chosen to do, instead of making ripples of anger in the energy and around me specifically, the energy that connects all of us, I decided to make ripples of, kindness and courage and compassion and things like that. And so when I told her, when she said, "Why aren't you doing anything? What are you doing about this?" I said, "I'm absolutely angry, and I'm choosing a different way to deal with it." So I said to her, her reaction was kind of funny. I said, "What I'm doing on a daily basis is trying to be kinder to people that I come in contact with. And that's it." And she just looked at me. She didn't know what to say. She probably thought I was an idiot, because that doesn't make a lot of sense. And from my point of view, the sense that it makes is that and I know I'm just one person, and I know in the cosmic universality of the entire cosmos, I am infinitely tiny. I know this. And I can get stuck thinking that way, that nothing that I do could ever matter, because I am so small. I could believe that. And I have believed that, and I have lived that for off and on for a long time, and that was kind of miserable. So I'm choosing to have a little faith, and I'm choosing to go the other direction because it feels right to me. And in the master's program and in the thesis I'm trying to figure out and write is premised on that, having faith that what I feel to do and be is correct, is my goal and my path. That's what I'm trying to do. So I said to her that I just am trying to be kinder to people that I am surrounded by. Baffled her a little bit, I think. And the reason I think it's working, because it feels right to me. And I enjoy the interactions that I have with people at work, and it's difficult with the people that are still closest to me to do that as often because of the emotional attachment and past and all those different things come into play, and it makes it more difficult, which also makes it more rewarding. But in the end, that is what I'm doing as one tiny person in this world to combat the anger and the hate and the indifference. And I wonder how that will make a difference if each person that I come in contact with then pays it forward and is kinder to other people. And if more of us do that, which I think is actually happening, then it becomes the norm. And people that are being kind to each other feels a lot better than people that are being hateful. That just seems logical. So anyway, anger has played a big role in my life in negative ways. Anger is a really powerful motivator for me. It can, and I'm using it when I feel it as best I can, not always. I'm using it to transmute that power into action that is the opposite of what I believe anger to be, and hoping for that to become more of a habit, so that I simply, on a selfish plane, can be a little more at peace, a little more successful in my life, and nicer to be around. So, what gets you mad? What do you do about it? Does it work for you? And my suggestion is, if it isn't working, if it's just creating more strife and more anger and more trouble for you, then maybe it's time to try something else. Give it a thought. Have a great day, and until next time, bye.